The antique shop nestled in the heart of Wilmington was like a vessel out of time. Brick and mortar suffused with an antiquated charm, imbued with tales spun in whispers through its weather-beaten walls. An enigma standing silent and vigilant beneath the sky's ethereal silver veil. Philip Kell, a private investigator of middle years, moved through the shop with the self-assured grace of a seasoned detective. His eyes, blue, scarred with weary yet resilient light, darted over the miscellany of items. His fingers traced over old gramophones, chipped porcelain dolls and ornate silverware, each one whispering tales of a bygone era. But it wasn't these mundane histories that intrigued him. Philip's features alleviated at a faded photograph of a young woman, Ellie, a token from his past, a memory etched deeply in his heart. A loved one lost, her demise, a wound yet raw, a scar yet tender. He was a puzzle with pieces missing, a man motivated by the need to uncover secrets, to unveil conspiracies, and perhaps to make sense of his own loss. The air of the shop was steeped in the aroma of old books and dust, a testament to the march of time. It was the essence of the shopkeeper, a man known only as the curator, that injected an air of mystique into the atmosphere. The curator, cloaked in an ambiance of time-worn wisdom, emerged from the back room. His eyes sparkled with a knowing gleam as he presented an unusual artifact, an ancient amulet. "Hold this, Mr. Kell," the curator proffered, his voice rich like an old oak's hum, "and tell me what you sense." In the silence, the amulet's cool touch prickled against his skin. The ancient symbols etched onto its surface were foreign, yet strangely familiar, an unsettling paradox. "There are whispers, you see," the curator continued, an enigmatic smile spreading across his weathered face. "Nightmarish figures, quiet movements in the shadows of the old town. This amulet, it's a conduit to those whispered tales." Philip studied the amulet, its archaic design in stark contrast with the commonplace relics around him. His reflection glinted in the dark polished stone, distorted and fractured, like the mysteries he was about to unearth. "Shadows from another world," he murmured, his eyes dark pools of intrigue. "An ancient settlement beneath our very feet. This is just the beginning, isn't it?" The curator merely responded with a cryptic nod, the corners of his mouth etching deeper lines onto his face. "Your journey starts here, Mr. Kell." Philip pocketed the artifact, its weight a physical affirmation of the metaphysical burden he was about to shoulder. The shop, once a testament to the charm of a bygone era, now stood as the threshold to a deeper mystery, a cosmic dance of shadows that thrummed beneath the surface of reality. As he stepped out into the chilling evening air, the antique shop's door creaked shut behind him. The rhythmic pulsing of the city's heart seemed to harmonize with the silent whispers of the amulet. A tale of darkness and light, of reality and realms unseen, had begun to unfurl. The antique shop faded into the evening's embrace, leaving him with the rhythm of his thoughts, the amulet's silent hum, and the onset of a journey that was far from ordinary. The whispers of an ancient civilization echoed in his mind as he moved towards his next destination, the cryptic library. The library, a bastion of forgotten knowledge, was awash with a spectral quiet, undisturbed but for the occasional rustle of paper and whisper of turning pages. A pall of dust hung in the air, filtering the wan light of the setting sun. Each aging tome was a testament to histories lost, secrets guarded, and truths unacknowledged. Philip, now steeped in the cryptic allure of the amulet, felt a magnetic pull towards the crumbling manuscripts. His fingers grazed the leather-bound books, an abstract symphony of stories and mysteries waiting to be deciphered. His gaze, illuminated by the soft glow of a desk lamp, fell upon the amulet. The symbols etched on its surface seemed to glow, an almost ethereal quality that stirred his curiosity. As he perused through a particularly ancient tome, its pages brittle with age, he discovered a cryptic depiction resembling the symbols on the amulet. A cold chill of realization ran through his veins. These were no mere designs. They were a language of a civilization lost to time. "Travelers of the dark dimension," he murmured to himself, translating the cryptic text. He felt an inkling of dread seeping into his marrow, his trauma resurfacing, the memory of his lost love merging with the unraveling mystery. His heart throbbed in a painful rhythm, a symphony of despair and intrigue that fueled his pursuit. As the hours turned to whispers, his sleep-deprived mind began to perceive oddities, shadows twisted into strange forms, fleeting glimpses of figures on the edge of his vision. The air grew cold and the light seemed to dim. A haunting presence seemed to descend upon the library, a spectral audience drawn to the unfolding narrative of his investigation. He found himself drawn into a conversation with the elderly librarian, Mrs. Eleanor. Her eyes, bright with the spark of unspoken knowledge, reflected the glowing embers of intrigue. "You tread a path few have dared, Mr. Kell," she whispered, her voice echoing the eerie quietness of the library. "This library, this city, it has a heartbeat, and with this amulet, you found the rhythm of its darkest secrets." He felt an uneasy comfort in her words. He was an investigator, a pursuer of truths, threading the edges of an abyss. The spectral echoes of his past, his pain, and the haunting mystery ahead became an inseparable trinity guiding him deeper into the unknown. The library's grand clock chimed midnight, a herald to the unseen crossing of thresholds. As he collected his findings, the library's oppressive stillness seemed to close in around him, like a living entity bidding farewell. The amulet's weight seemed heavier, its whispers louder, resonating with his mounting trepidation and curiosity. As he stepped out into the night, the curator's words echoed in his mind. "Your journey starts here, Mr. Kell." Little did he know that the journey was taking him towards a place of ancient secrets and cosmic horror, a descent into a subterranean settlement that lay waiting beneath the heart of Wilmington. The library, now a fortress of shadow and memory behind him, had sealed its secrets with him. It was now, under the gaze of the stars, that his true journey was about to begin. Wilmington's underbelly, the subterranean settlement, was a forgotten echo beneath the modern cityscape. Silent and unseen, it bore witness to times gone by, its history encrypted in stone and shadows. Its entrance lay veiled under a cloak of wild vines and earth, a grim aperture into the abyss. Philip, armed with the amulet and fortified by resolve, began his descent. Each step echoed through the silent tunnels, a spectral heartbeat pulsating within the stone womb. As he ventured further, the boundary between reality and the fantastical began to blur. The whispers of the library and the shop seemed to coalesce in the eerie silence, a spectral hum that resonated with the amulet's pulse. The subterranean world unfurled around him. Shadow and light wove an intricate dance on the weathered murals depicting beings of stellar origins. These figures, wrapped in constellations and nebulae, were abstract yet terrifying, their very existence defying human comprehension. As he traced their forms, his hand trembling with an unknown dread, the murals seemed to breathe, their eerie tableaus telling tales of cosmic rituals and interdimensional travelers. "You tread where the ancient ones once dwelt," a voice echoed through the cavernous expanse. Turning, he found himself face to face with an enigmatic figure, the guardian of the abyss. The guardian, an ageless being draped in shadow, carried a profound sadness in his ancient gaze. His voice, an echo from eons past, reverberated in the chilly air. "The gate awaits, the threshold to their world." His gaze fell upon the monolithic gate. It was as if the heart of the cosmos had been captured in stone, adorned with the symbols that mirrored those etched on the amulet. The gate hummed with a foreboding energy, a dark promise of an uncharted realm beyond. In the flickering light, the guardian offered him a choice. To turn back is to live with ignorance, but to move forward is to embrace knowledge that has driven many to madness. He paused, feeling the weight of his decision. His heart throbbed with the memory of Ellie, her laughter echoing in the silent abyss. His resolution hardened, his quest for truth becoming his beacon in the realm of shadows. "I am ready," he murmured, his voice a mere whisper in the catacombs of cosmic history. The amulet vibrated in his grasp, its energy resonating with the gate's dark pulse. In the unfathomable silence, he felt the gaze of the guardian, the dread of the murals, and the anticipation of the gate. The labyrinthine world behind him was an echo of his past, while the gate symbolized a future shrouded in secrets. He stood at the edge of reality, a lone figure bracing against the imminent storm of cosmic revelation. The abyss lurked in silence, awaiting his descent into its heart. It was the threshold to the finale of his journey, a path that would lead him to the terrifying grandeur of the travelers. Beyond the portal lay an expanse that defied comprehension. Space and time twisted and twirled, a cosmic ballet woven with celestial silk. Nebulous clouds drifted lazily, punctuated by galaxies and supernovae, while the darkness hid incomprehensible horrors. It was a universe parallel to their own, a realm of stellar beauty and mind-bending horror, where the ancient travelers from the murals dwelt. Philip stepped into the cosmic void, his body suspended in the celestial tapestry. The dread that previously consumed him was replaced with a sense of dreadful awe. He was a lonely mariner sailing the starry seas, the amulet his only tether to reality. A nebulous silhouette took form, a manifestation of an ancient traveler. It was a being of shadow and starlight, an entity that blurred the lines between horror and beauty. The cosmic entity echoed a greeting, its voice akin to the resonance of a celestial choir. "We have been expecting you, Philip Kell. The amulet, the echoes of our ancient world, has brought you here." Its speech was paradoxical, both terrifying and comforting. It was the voice of the cosmos, the voice of ancient civilizations, of stars born and died, of the perpetual cycle of cosmic life. He was not only witnessing a cosmic spectacle, but becoming a part of it. As his heart pulsated with a mix of fear and fascination, he shared the narrative of his investigation. His voice, though wavering, resonated with the strength of his resolve. The entity listened, its form flickering like a nebula caught in a stellar wind. "Your courage, Philip Kell, and your pursuit for truth are commendable. You have traversed the abyss and stood before the cosmic dread. You've witnessed our realm in the dance of galaxies. This knowledge could shatter minds, but you bear it with grace." Philip looked back towards the threshold, a distant star in the vast cosmic expanse. He had delved into the unknown and was now standing before the harrowing and magnificent reality of the universe. His trauma, the loss of his loved one, felt infinitesimal in this grand scheme, yet it was this pain that had brought him here. "You have survived, Philip Kell," the entity murmured. "You have witnessed and you have understood. It is time to return." With a final gaze upon the entity and the cosmic expanse, he felt the amulet pulsate, drawing him back through the celestial currents to the world he knew. His consciousness swirled, a vessel caught in a cosmic maelstrom, before grounding him back to the subterranean settlement. The enigmatic guardian awaited him, a knowing glint in his eyes. "You have returned, Mr. Kell, enlightened and unscathed." Philip looked down at the amulet, now silent in his palm. He had embarked on a journey fueled by curiosity and pain, and returned a changed man. The revelations he had encountered were a balm to his soul, the mysteries of the cosmos echoing the complexities of human existence. He had embraced the cosmic horror, and it had armed him with knowledge and resilience. As he ascended from the abyss, the city of Wilmington greeted him with a familiar rhythm. However, it was no longer the same for him. Beneath its ordinary shell, he knew of the cosmic heartbeat that echoed from the abyss beneath and the stars above. He was a private investigator, the bearer of cosmic truths, and a survivor. His final descent into the abyss was not a journey's end, but a genesis marked by his renewed resolve to live, to understand, and to keep unveiling the mysteries that the universe whispered in hushed tones. His story was far from over. It was merely the beginning of a saga where he stood as a mediator between the mundane and the cosmic, the known and the unknown. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it and subscribe to our channel, where you can find more similar stories and click on the bell icon to never miss one. There is plenty more cosmic horror to come from the Eldritch Tales Factory. Stay tuned, and until next time.